is gonna change the way that you thrift forever, and you're gonna fall in love. This is my summer thrift box collection that I created using a mood board. I thrifted 23 pieces for under $200, and they all mix and match together beautifully. I'm gonna show you guys how you can build your own mood board based off your style, your aesthetic, the weather, the location, the events, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I don't know if you're obsessed with these chicks on TikTok like I am, KG and Esme and all of these babes who have this thrift box business. I'm gonna teach you how to do this for yourself. What they do is they have clients who send them a mood board. The mood board is filled with images that represent the colors, the fabrics, the styles, the draping, the silhouettes, the overall vibe of kind of like what they're feeling right now. Then these girls go thrifting for those pieces and they build a curated, one-of-a-kind, second-hand collection that they then send in a thrift box. It's such a cool business idea, but I was thinking to myself, you like thrifting. Why would you outsource the fun part? But the idea of building a mood board and thinking of it as a thrift box that could work really well together was mind-blowing to me. So let's build your mood board. Open up Pinterest and don't give it any commands. Just start scrolling until you find something that catches your eye. I loved the light blue and the lace of this. The color was really cool, but that was kind of all I liked about it. So I kept going down in that photo until I found something else. I found this, which I loved, the sheer material, the lace, the drapiness. I just thought it was super cool. So I clicked the 3 dots and I saved it. I'm staying in that photo and going deeper in that photo, the feed underneath it, to see if it sort of elicits anything else. I started finding some really cool things. I found these light pink colors, which I loved. The pink and the olive green together was really cool. I loved the texture. That sort of Barbie pink for this Barbie movie started popping up. All of these like soft floral prints. When you find something you like, click the photo and go deeper into that feed until you start finding things that get more and more refined about what you're looking for. It brought me to pleated pants, and I just knew that I actually wanted pleated pants. So then I typed in the top, pleated pants, so that I would find only those and I would get some really good ideas. That then brought me to plaid pants. I found some that had volume that I liked, some that had colors that I liked. And the feed starts to get really clear. It starts to learn what you're looking for. So it started giving me all of these really cool mixed prints and color combos, the red and the pink, lots and lots of pink being worn in a little bit more of an unexpected way. A little grunge, a little cool, a little street. Typing in street style combined with the thing that you start looking for is gonna really help. Another option is if you live in a cold weather area, typing in fall or winter outfit street style. What you're gonna get is some styling ideas. So I started seeing really cool florals worn for colder weather, like this slip dress with a blazer and a t-shirt and boots, or this skirt with a big chunky sweater or sweatshirt. So type in not only the colors and the vibes that you're looking for, you also wanna type in silhouettes, aesthetics, styling details, jackets, and you can create a different mood board for all the different elements. So maybe one is your colors, one is kind of your fabrics, one is maybe the shape and the structure. Then I took all of the photos that are sitting in my downloads folder because I just downloaded all of them and I dropped them into Canva. Personally, I do not recommend doing a Pinterest board. I recommend doing this because what you'll find is when you see all the photos there on the left, you're gonna tap anything that seems similar. And all of a sudden you're gonna be like, holy cow, I created like a real vibe. This is like soft and romantic and feminine and lots of pink and lots of lace and chiffon and silks and a little retro and Barbiecore, and you're gonna start noticing it. Then I started clicking all the things that felt similar here. Lots of sheer, lots of lace, white and black lace. Elements that I knew could go grunge or go romantic, and I loved that versatility. Threw in all of the plaids. And then here are the lookbooks that I came out with, the mood boards. This was the first one, really soft and dreamy, colors that were gonna blend. These were elements that I could grungeify, really feminine, romantic elements, classically, that I could convert to my own unique style language. Lots and lots of plaid, the pleated trousers. And then this is actually photos that I had saved previously that I just screenshot in my screenshots folder. And obviously I didn't do an intentional lookbook, but it even creates its own lookbook. Anytime I'm gonna try to find dresses or pants, yoga pants and a tight tank top is really good because I was able to try on all of these pants, make sure that they fit me, throw dresses on without the bulkiness of jeans. That's super important if you're doing a big thrift haul. Now, the beauty of the mood board is it focuses our brain. So I went straight to the black dresses, but I knew if it's not lace or it's not sheer, I don't care. I don't need to look at it. So I was able to go through a huge rack of black dresses. Anytime I saw sheer or black lace, I gave it a second look. If I liked it, I threw it into my cart. I'm gonna refine later. Just throw everything into your cart. I started finding some really pretty things, but they were not within the mood board. So like this green lace was just not the vibe I wanted. I was throwing everything in. You can see it's all sitting in there in my cart. Now, the first thing that I do is I refine. So I literally just pull up a spot in the thrift store and I pull each thing out and I just double check it because my first pass is throwing anything even close. I started looking at each thing and saying, okay, are you worth trying on? Are you not worth trying on? Are you worth trying on? Are you not worth trying on? I got rid of probably like 30% of everything. And then I went over to the mirror and I started trying stuff on. Now, oddly enough, I'm showing you the photos of the things that I didn't take because I'm going to show you what I did take in tremendous detail. But there were some good finds that just weren't what I needed, but they were very cool. Now, these pants I found at Goodwill and I did take them, but I just needed to show them to you. Even this top, this was sort of fit with the vibe that I wanted, but I just didn't think I would wear it that much. I started finding some other elements that as I had some finds, I thought they could work really well together. I didn't take this dress and I'm having the most major FOMO. Okay, let me show you what I did take. Starting off with these pleated pants. These are the ones that I found at Goodwill. They were $4. They're everything. They fit me perfectly. I'm obsessed with the wide leg. I'm obsessed with where they hit me on my waist. And the length is actually what really does it for me. Because they hit right at the floor, I can wear them with sandals during the summer, whereas if they were longer, it would feel more of like a fall wear to me. I found this awesome little lace tank. It doesn't feel like anything super special, but it has the scalloped lace detail that I really liked. And it's in a silk top, which again, I can make go grunge or I can make go romantic. It's gonna be a basic that's gonna work with anything. The pleated trousers, high-waisted jeans, any of the millions of skirts in my closet. It's just a beautiful basic with really pretty details. So I grabbed it and it was $2. Now this sweatshirt is a sweatshirt that I found at Goodwill. I loved how thick it was. I loved the sleeves, but this graphic was for some electrical company. So I bought a $1 t-shirt that had a little rainbow on it. I cut the rainbow off. I added a little bit of tacky spray to the back and put it right on top of the graphic. Then I grabbed a embroidery floss in a color I liked and I just embroidered the edges. I added a few extra details so that it felt intentional, but this is a really cool thing to do if you find something that has a hole or a tear or a stain. I also love the shape of the sweatshirt. It's the style that I could wear open and out over jeans, or I could do the bra tuck underneath my bra to make it short. These are a pair of jeans that I thrifted in this haul as well. 2 sizes too big will give you good boyfriend jeans. And then I cut them to the top of my ankle bone. To me, that's the most flattering length for this style. You can wear them with sneakers, you can wear them with heels, you can wear them with sandals, and it won't make you look short or stubby. So top of the ankle is a really good height, and 2 sizes too big is good boyfriend. Now I found this shirt for $2, and first of all, I love this quote, "It's a good day to have a good day." It's just one of my favorite quotes. Originally, I thought that I was gonna crop it, but I actually liked the way that it draped when I tucked it in kind of like haphazardly into jeans. I rolled the sleeves, which gave it some nice shape, and I put it in different jeans and it was perfect. Now this jacket, you guys, this jacket. This is what it looked like. Genuine leather, 9 West jacket, $9, beautiful pink. The shape of it though was a little classic for me. It was not my vibe. So I decided to crop it. I grabbed my fabric scissors and I cropped it under the second button and above the pocket. You're gonna cut and go all the way around. The most important thing with the jacket is that you button it closed when you're cutting the other side. This ensures that when it closes, it's gonna be perfectly straight and you don't accidentally make the left side longer than the right. Now, the leather can stay raw, we don't need to hem it, but the internal liner you do wanna hem. So all I did is fold it under a 1/2 inch, press it, and then I'm using fabric glue to just tack it onto the seams of the leather jacket. So it's gonna stay in place, but it's a totally no-sew way of cropping a leather jacket. Now, this dress was not a color that was on my mood board, but when I found it, I was just like, I have to have it. It was a stretchy, thick knit. It had these really cool perforated holes, the length of the sleeve, the length of the body. It was too big on me, but something about the drape because of the weight of that knit was just really, really cool. And as I started looking at other colors, it almost created this cool like sorbet storyline, which I really loved. Now, this little floral top that I thrifted is super cute. The colors worked really well with everything else. And I had my new choker in mind, which I knew would just make it really fun and really playful. I just dropped this brand new summer candy collection on Rocknot. I've got keychains and necklaces in this really beautiful pink sugar, fuchsia, lemon, and crystal. I'm gonna put a discount code if you guys wanna try it out. It's really fun and really playful and works amazingly for summer. So I added it with this little top and I just instantly I was like, I've got a vibe. This is so fun. And the thing about this jacket that I cropped is it's now the perfect length and the perfect color to go with all of the other pieces that I thrifted. So it really did create a collection. Now the fading on the shoulder, I'm pretty sure is why someone donated it, but I actually like it. It looks almost ombre. Look at how good it works with these pants. I mean, I'm obsessed. Okay, so this dress was a Nanette Lepore beautiful silk dress. It has that kind of I don't know what the name is, burnished or whatever, kind of velvet thing. I knew that I needed to alter it. It's a size 2, but I felt like this vibe, if it was really tight and really short, it would just be cool and kind of 90s. So I am gonna alter this, shortening it and tightening it, but it was too beautiful not to have, and it was 50% off. I needed it. Now, sometimes you'll find something like this. Again, kind of like the lace top, in and of itself, not super exciting, but a beautiful color, beautiful little details, in great condition, and I knew it was really versatile. I could tie it in the front kind of loose to give me some coverage, or I could sort of take it and pull it really tight to give me almost like a bra top. Now, this was the red and pink that I was obsessed with, and I couldn't believe when I found it. This sweater is all about the sleeves. The drapey sleeves change everything. Even when you pull them up, they're like liquid. They just fall and drape so beautifully, and that's actually what made me fall in love with it. Now, this dress I originally bought as a slip to go under another dress, which you'll see in a minute, but it's actually a really cool dress on its own. So I got it to go under this. I saw this little lace dress, but it had nothing underneath it. So I went looking for a slip and I found that velvet dress, and I'm like, well, great. That's a 2-in-1. It's 2 separate pieces that will work really well together or separately. Love it. This is maybe my favorite piece in the entire thing. Now, sometimes you're gonna find a print that's really cool. This is lobsters and pineapples and starfish and amazing. But what really sold me is 2 things. Number 1, the fabric. It's drapey and zhuzhy, and it has such a great feel. Number 2, the placement of the button is at a perfect place for me where I can go triangle bra or no bra and have a deep V. I love that vibe because I have no bust. So for me, that makes me feel really sexy. I grabbed this skirt, which is another piece that I thrifted, and I wore it open and over a bra that I was like, oh, imagine if this was a bathing suit. This skirt could go with this shirt, this skirt could go with this sweatshirt, this shirt could go with either one of these t-shirts. I mean, again, everything blends really well. I could not believe my luck when I found this shirt. Tell me it's not this skirt and this shirt having a baby. It's so perfect. It was a Free People top, new with tags, my size, half off. Just too good of a find. The color was exactly the kind of colors that was on my mood board. The texture was all over my mood board. It works perfectly with my new choker. It was just everything. And I love how you can play with the neckline. You could make a keyhole using one of those little crystal buttons I did in my No Sew alterations video. I could wear this with the pleated pants. I mean, it was just heaven. This dress, again, I literally could not believe it. New with tags, a Zara slip dress. The colors, it was like a snow cone. I'm really creating a vibe here, and I absolutely loved it. I also really liked that I knew I could grungify it if I want. I could swap out the choker, I could do black boots, and adding in all of those details is something that's gonna make it feel very me and fit my style language, and it's exactly what I was looking for. Now, these 2 pieces, these plaid pants were exactly what I wanted. Pleated, wide leg, baggy, fit perfectly. I found this belt, and in these pants, it's hard to see, but there is a powder blue pinstripe with the yellow. So this shirt works so cool with it, and with the pink choker, with the bra exposed, this is my sexy, edgy, effortless original. That's my style language, and all of these pieces are able to be styled in that way. Even the way that this jacket works and these colors, because I thrifted with a mood board in mind, all of the pieces are gonna seamlessly interchange really well. Now, these pants are a little big on me. This is how they actually fit. So I grabbed one of those jeans buttons, again, I will link them below, and I moved it over about 1 inch. Now when I button them, they still fit low-waisted, but they fit cute low-waisted instead of falling off me low-waisted. I can also take the belt that I thrifted and cinch the waist to make them high-waisted, pair it with the lace top. Again, lots of interchangeability. This skirt was really cool. The olive green was something on my mood board, and it almost had a metallic sheen, which I thought was awesome. A graphic t-shirt, I could wear it with thigh-high boots. Again, why does this jacket work with everything? I don't understand. It's so good. Okay, this is the last piece. This was a slip dress that just fit the bill. The color looked really cool with all of the other colors when I had it in my cart. And I knew again that I could grunge it up if I wanted. A belt, I could do like a sheer top or a white crop tank over it. I could do a sheer tank under it. I could wear it in a million different ways, but I knew that it was gonna give me the vibe. I mean, are you kidding me? With the success, I'm obsessed with the fact that they can all be interchanged and mixed and layered together so beautifully because of the mood board. This is the thing, when you build the mood board, it's gonna get the creative part of your brain going, the artistic part of your brain going, and you're gonna start to be building out a whole world. And when you go shopping, it is going to filter all of the hundreds and hundreds of pieces in that thrift store to only the ones that fit that mood board. This is actually something in our brain called the reticular activating system. If you do the Style Language online course, then you know this very well, but essentially it's a filter in your brain. And so when you build out this mood board, you are telling your brain, this is what we want to see. And so you walk into the thrift store and your brain is literally going bing, 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 and it's showing you all of those things, and you're not even really seeing anything that doesn't fit. So it is a very efficient way of shopping. It's a very focused way of shopping, and it will be a very successful way of shopping. I cannot recommend this enough. I hope that you give it a shot. Comment below, let me know what you think. If you're new to the channel, I hope that you liked this one and you'll subscribe. I do really fun DIY content. Every single Sunday I release a new video, and tons of really fun content to inspire you and give you all the tips and tricks that you need to customize your wardrobe. So I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you next week. Mwah! Bye.